In this demo, we're going to look at how to register a member for a session in Dive 365. Now, I have Dive 365 open in my browser, and I'm looking at the store for an organization called D365 Club. That organization has a Learn to Dive camp in July that I'm interested in. So let's click on it. Perfect. So now we're seeing the details for that session, and at the bottom of the pop-out, I can see all the members that are eligible for that session. This includes my child, Pat. So I'm going to select them, and then I'm going to click on Add to Cart at the bottom of the screen. Good. Now at the top of the screen there's a checkout button, and I can click on that button to see the details of my cart and start the checkout process. Good. Now in the checkout screen I can see the items in my cart. I can see that this includes the session that I want and any registration categories that are required. These categories are used for insurance purposes from the sport governing bodies, but you only have to pay for them once per season. Anyway, let's scroll to the bottom of the screen, and let's click on Next. Great. So now we're seeing a screen that requires us to enter information about our account. So let me enter that detail. Good. Then, for each member in the cart, I need to provide emergency contact information. So let me do that next by clicking the Add button in the Emergency Contact section, and then providing some information. Perfect. Now I can select forms, and I can enter information about each form. These are the forms that are required by governing bodies and the clubs themselves. If they have a green checkbox, that means that they're already satisfied or that they're optional. So I'm going to skip past that one and click on Next at the bottom of the screen. Now we see all the agreements that we have to sign from the governing bodies and the club itself. We can click on each one of them to agree. All we have to do is read, scroll down to the bottom, and click I have agreed. But you also need to provide a signature. Now this signature has to be your name, so we'll type it exactly as it says to type it at the bottom. Once we've typed everything, we can click Agree and Continue, and that particular agreement will be satisfied. So let's do the same thing for the next one. We'll scroll down, we'll type our name, and we'll agree and click Agree. Perfect. So now that our forms and agreements are done, we can click Next at the bottom of the screen, and now we should see the final payment. Now this will include all the discounts and a full breakdown of the purchase. Once I enter all of my information, the purchase will complete, and my child will now be fully registered for the session. So, there you have it. In this demo, we walked through the registration process in Dive 365.